How much air you put in there, Brett?
32.
32 PSI?
He's a pro. I asked him and he knew right away.
Wow.
I actually Googled it.
You Googled it?
He didn't know shit.
Can you take that, Brett? It's okay to fight back, you know.
It's horrible.
You guys better get on par with
It's
the
just
number one
abuse.
Porsche ambassador on the internet. It's all Porsches from here on out, Brett.
That's right.
Under his hoodie, there's a collared shirt. You know that, right?
He looks.
Is it?
You know damn well there isn't.
David's also a dentist. That's why he has a Porsche now.
I'm sure he is, yeah.
Having a college.
Look at that.
Sure, what?
Nothing. That's it. Hey, this tire was low. It's a janky SR, low tire pressure, no gas in the tank.
Well, Ray doesn't drive his car, so how would he know if it was low or not?
That's true.
Makes no difference.
There's no tire in the Pagani. It doesn't plan on going anywhere.
Ever.
I shocked him and was like, "We're taking one of your cars, Raymond."
To what? To store it? No, to drive it. To what?
He was like, "What?
You drove a car?
No."
On the road?
He's like, "There's no oil in the engine."
Hey, you tow it. Tow it and park it and show off to your billionaire friends.
So you guys have a...
What are we doing back over here?
You want me to tell the truth or lie?
I want you to lie. This is the Stories channel. Wait, we tell the truth on the Stories channel.
Oh, we tell the truth. We don't lie.
That's hard for you to do.
We're looking for a Porsche for Dave.
That's right.
Dave feels left out.
Last night at 2 in the morning, I woke him up. I was like, Damon, I feel left out.
Yeah.
Dave bounders. I'm like, I feel left out.
My wife was like, "Dave, get the fuck out of the bedroom."
Yeah. I want a Porsche. I want to press
She's
a
like,
Porsche.
"If you're in here right now, you have a job to do. Or get out." And I was like, "Yeah, Dave's got a job to do." We're not in a hotel room this time. Okay. We're looking for a Porsche.
Yeah.
What?
I do really like Porsches. Porches.
Porsches.
I'm going to call it a Porsche. Everyone says Porsche or Porsche. I want to do Porsche. So our thing is Porsche. The Porsche GT. Imagine
Really
the
pissed the
purist
internet
would
off.
literally
That
come
would
down
piss
for
me
you.
Do we set up some stuff where Dave and I have conversations before we film?
Yeah.
And we purposely say things wrong or embellish things because we know it'll trigger the internet.
We do a lot with the Type R. We
The
do a
funny
lot with
thing
the
is,
Type
if
R.
you trigger the internet, people start commenting or anything to do with engagement helps push your videos, helps make you make more money. So we have a saying that I learned a long time ago that I shared with Dave. I said, you can be right or you can be rich. Which one do you want to be? I've always said, I would rather be rich.
Me too.
Where are you going?
Just closing deals.
Are you actually?
I tried to.
Can't even close a
Hey, did you
book.
close the deal on the 488 I helped basically close? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so let's just look for some Porsche.
Hey, Mike. What was your first car?
My first car
First car that you bought yourself.
I
Not a
bought
handout.
myself was a, here, I'll show you.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like.
Into the dark web for that one?
Dark web, yes. I know. What was your first car?
Dodge Lancer, 1987.
Mine was a Dodge.
Viper.
Yours is a Viper?
No. It was a 96 B2600i.
Oh, sick.
I
That's funny,
lowered.
you had a truck too.
I lowered it. My team at Mazda helped me lower it. We did wheels. We did the interior. I was 14 when I bought it. I was only allowed. My dad said he'd pay half of whatever I saved.
That was my first car I bought.
Daytona.
Did you know Dodge made Shelby?
Is that the actual car?
Yeah. Well, not that. It looked exactly that. Same color, everything.
I'm sure it did.
Is he lying, do you think?
You just Googled the nicest version of that car.
Was there a shit box? So we had salads for lunch earlier. Mike wanted to stop. So we're sitting here waiting for Mike to finish his onion rings and his burger.
Hey, I worked out today. I deserve this.
Ferrari owners.
Ferrari owners.
So your first car was that Daytona, right?
Daytona.
Keep eating. Then you had a Mustang.
Mustang?
Yeah. And then, what's your dream car, Mike? Like not a car you borrow, but like a car you buy one day.
My dream car? I like boats.
Boats?
You son of a bitch.
Check out Instagram later.
You got the hat on?
It fits really good. Yeah, dude.
That's so awesome.
I know. The Lambos, they look like they're kind of like mad at me because I brought this imposter. I brought this imposter into the garage. It's a garage. When are you gonna bring the Squadra to hang out with the Mercy?
Squadra doesn't like it here.
What?
It's too cold.
Yeah, we gotta bring it. He's gonna hang out with the
It's in Mexico right now.
the Giallo Midas with the Giallo. What's it called?
I don't know.
Orion.
I don't know. Mine's yellow, yours is Orion.
Orion.
Yours has a blue hue, mine has a green hue.
Is that what it is? I think mine's got the green hue.
No, mine
I think they're really close.
yeah.
I think the Italians are just fucking with everybody.
Hold on, my lens is a little bit. Hold on. No, it's just you.
Oh my god. Hey, look what I did find though.
A Ray didn't steal that from you?
Well, no, I got this right from Lamborghini.
Thank God.
This is for the Aperta. I found it.
Has the same magnet system as the Bentley.
No, I don't think it does.
Oh.
Unless it's hidden somewhere. I haven't found out where it gives you all of them. Look.
Okay.
It just came with this one.
Okay.
But I
okay.
couldn't find it. Come look. What do you think?
On the Bentley, it's the back license plate. Just above it.
I don't see it. Do you? Like, I'm not losing my mind, right? Those are lights.
Yeah, you don't have it. Yeah, you call Bob Bishop, get one put in.
Bob Bishop's not going to do shit on my Lamborghini.
Yeah, he likes them.
It's amazing how clean this car is because it's only got just over 200 kilometers. Kilometers, you guys. This car is so brand new. Hasn't been anywhere. Hasn't done anything. Hasn't even lived its best life yet.
When are you going to hang the Lamborghini sign?
So we've tried. I had a guy come up.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Paul, the artist who made it, was like, I'll come up and I'll hang it for you. Do you have a spot? I said, yeah, I think I'd like to put it right between these windows. Right? Mm-hmm. Matt got me a sign that is 2 8-foot signs put together. So it's 16 feet. You know how long it is between that window to that window?
15?
15.1.
Oh.
So, and it mounts in the corners, right? With those pieces.
Right.
So the corners would be over the
So it has to
windows.
go up there.
So yeah, that's over 15 feet or 16 feet too. So it has to go. We think, we had a look, we think that the skylight is the middle of the roof.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna go right under that skylight. But if you stand back here, what do you guys think? If you stand back here, do you think it'll look good? Do you guys think it'll look good? I think it'll look good.
Yeah.
Like you'll see it.
Yep.
This garage is crazy, man. It's crazy. Sitting here after 10 years of working my face off, you and I doing this for, let's see, how long we've been doing this for together?
5 years.
Just shy of 5 years.
Yeah.
When did you start?
Like September 2016.
So we're like 4.5.
Yeah. Lots happened in 4.5 years.
Lots happened in 4.5 years. It's crazy though.
We look younger.
No, we saw footage of us. And how'd you feel?
I've aged significantly. That's
Yeah,
bad.
it's actually really bad.
Significantly in the past. I mean, I think I look better in a lot of ways. I filled up my face a bit more. I have more facial hair, but I look like I was 14 2 years ago.
It's crazy.
Like when I got the R8. Go back and watch that video when I first got the R8, and that was early 18.
When we got together, I had not a single gray hair in my beard.
No.
Now look at me.
You could dye that if you wanted to.
I could die?
Dye it.
Oh!
Like you could not dye it, but like
You were
dye
like,
it.
you could die. Like,
That's a weird thing to.
I know, I wasn't sure where you're going with
You
that.
can dye your beard if you want to, or you just age gracefully. Or we can get Botox.
I've done it. If you guys see my
Did it
old
work?
personal videos, yeah, dude. Makes your face feel a bit weird because you're numb.
Dude, it always feels weird?
Yeah, you kind of get used to it. But that's the idea, is it freezes your face so you can't like move anything. I got the crow's feet now. I got wrinkles in my forehead. Just getting old, man. I'm not even that old. I still feel young, but I have things that do hurt, like my knee and my shoulder. But dude, look at this garage for a sec. Just take a step back. I haven't done this that much yet, you guys. It's like we're always on the go, and we always have so much to like always think about, like the next day and then day after that, and being somewhat having a plan. There's just so much to run with the business, so much stuff that you just don't see in videos. And I started coming out here the last 2 days and having coffees and just kind of stopping and really stopping and like taking the moment in with you guys right now. Let's have a look.
You should get some more rare cars.
Like what? What's next? A Bugatti? I've always liked the Veyron.
What we don't own in the fleet right now is a classic V12. So like a Diablo or a Countach.
But we thought, no, like we can't do a Countach. Neither you or I would fit. We couldn't drive it. I will not buy a car I can't drive. Fuck that.
It's cool, but yeah, it's, well,
Brent Marshall's
I never tried. Have you tried?
Brent Marshall's red Diablo Roadster was a car we contemplated and we could drive it. I moved the steering column up and it fit. I fit way better. I could drive
Have you
that
tried
car.
driving a Countach?
I've never
No,
tried.
I've never tried.
So we need to go try. You know
No.
what? We need to try driving one.
No.
Why? Just try.
I couldn't, dude. It looks awful just being in there, just thinking about it. You want to ask Ryan and see if we can borrow one?
Yeah, Tyler Hoovy bought one, and he's tall like us, and he was like, it's horrible to drive. Horrible.
That's what I mean. It's horrible.
But I want to experience it because I never experienced it.
All right. I love how we like now. It's like things are so easy. It's like, okay, let's put ourselves in the hardest situation possible and see if we can.
What's
can
the
excel.
easiest car that we have to drive?
Any of the new ones with the paddle shifters.
Huracan, 48.
Huracan 48, 720S.
488 is pretty easy to drive.
488 is probably the most GT, because it's a GT car. The softest suspension.
Well, then we have the Bentley Mulsanne, which is pretty soft to drive.
Well, it's not exotic.
That's pretty exotic. Bob Bishop built it. One day Bob Bishop's gonna get wind of all this and be like, who the hell are these guys? And why am I famous? And I had no idea.
He knows he's famous. His fucking name's on Bentleys.
Oh, actually, I like that. I'll take that for my own personal collection.
You know what's funny? I actually thought about taking this. Pass me that bag.
Oh, shave kit.
Yeah. I thought about making
Dude.
I thought about taking all this stuff out. I'm just gonna do it.
I like that idea. I should have stolen
And
that
this
earlier.
this is now gonna be my overnight bag when we travel.
I should have stolen it earlier. Well, this is my overnight bag when we travel then. Pussy.
I think this is the manual.
No, this is
the Huracan Spider Huracan manual.
No, it's a toolkit.
Oh, it is a toolkit.
Yeah.
It's missing.
What the fuck?
No idea. I have a question for you.
Answer.
We were talking about getting another car.
Yes.
Okay. It's probably not fair at this point for me to get any more cars. However, I want to get you cars. Now, let's let them in on a little secret. And you have to do me a favor, you guys. This is serious. Yeah. Don't go blabbing in the comments like you know some shit. This is between you and us. I'm going to let you in on a few cars that very potentially could be coming to DD for Dave. Don't ruin this, okay? Don't go, oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, don't.
Because you want to look cool.
Yeah,
okay?
don't do that.
Secrets. Dave likes a 675 LT.
Love it.
We're trying to find one.
Do you want to know why I love that car? I love the 12C.
No, we don't want it. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
I love. Oh, make sure I'm still recording. I love the 12C so much. I like the hydraulic suspension. I like the active aero.
Yeah.
You don't get that in a 600 LT, unfortunately. You get coilovers and you get no active aero.
Yep.
The 675, I actually did research. I watched reviews on them. I got really nerdy. And it ultimately right now is the best McLaren. And it's for a special McLaren. I mean, yeah, the 720 might outperform in certain areas, but as far as like the long tail edition, all the carbon, the limited production, it's just a cool car.
Very cool.
And I like those headlights. I like the headlights.
I like them too because of the P1 style.
Yep.
Another car that could come to the channel is a Porsche for Dave.
Yep.
So some version of an RS.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you if it's a 3 or a 2.
Yes.
You'll have to keep that a secret.
Yep.
But then there's another car I was thinking that, we were talking about getting Dave a V12 on some level. And
Yep.
there's limited V12s. Now, you drove my Mercy.
Yep.
How much did you like it and how much do you hate it? Would you ever consider a cheap E-Gear Mercy,
Yep.
LP640, but E-Gear, because you could buy them for like $220 Canadian.
So I actually like the E-Gear. This manual is a whole other experience, so let's take that out of the equation. The E-Gear is fun. People bash it because it's trendy to bash it.
Yeah.
The E-Gear is actually fun. It's a different experience. So yeah, absolutely. I like the car.
It looks crazy driving down the road with the bat wings up, these things.
I think the more as I wrote some articles, we've got ddautomotive.com, which is some blog posts we're working on for Facebook and things like that, which I'm still working on, but it's live right now. So I did more research, and the more I learn about the car market, like this is never gonna happen again, and the noises are slowly going away. If you like the sound of cars, we're towards the end right now. So if you can, do it. Like grab this loud V12s and whatever else that you enjoy that makes noise. Because pretty soon, dude, like cars are gonna get quieter and quieter.
You like the look of the Mercy? I
Yeah.
like how wide it is. It's just so angular.
Well, I would say this car I fell in love with when you unwrapped it and it was just yellow.
Oh yeah.
It just the depth, everything changes, the contrast in the black and the yellow, and just the pearl. Like it looks more like Lamborghini meant it to look like, and I think that's where I really went like. It's crazy. It's also so wide. You can see it's like a wedge. Oh, yeah. So like literally, I said literally, damn it, it's a drinking game. I'm trying not to say it anymore.
Are you really trying to quit?
I'm trying to quit.
Cold turkey?
Cold turkey. We need a swear jar.
Like literally, that's a hard thing to do.
It is. What do you say a lot? That's what the people get annoyed.
Everything. I use the same 4 words because I have no vocabulary.
What's up, guys?
I have a grade 8 education and I hate to read. So how many words could I have? The only words I learn is when I watch movies, which I haven't watched a lot of anymore. I used to watch movies all the time. I learned everything from watching movies or YouTube.
You don't read blog posts or read articles on the internet or anything?
Fucking hate reading because I have bad eyes. Most people don't know this about me. I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Really?
100%. I am this close to legally having to wear glasses when I drive. I just make it the test. And I've had glasses in the past. I just don't like wearing them because my prescription's so thick that even when I pay the big money to get the thin one, the compressed lens, it's still like that thick. I'll try and find my old glasses. They're actually in the house. I'll show them to you guys in another story, not tonight. But I'm supposed to have glasses. I hate reading. I was dyslexic my whole life. I went to a special needs school when I was younger. I used to take the little yellow bus in the middle of lunch for 5 years. And I just didn't enjoy it. That was all in elementary. So when I left elementary, grade 6, and I went into instead of high school, we had 7, 8, 9. It's called junior high. And then 10, 11, 12 was high school. I made it through 7 barely. And I got into grade 8 and I got halfway through the year and I was just so frustrated based on the learning style and all these frustrations. I left. My parents didn't like it. My parents are educated, both with university degrees in hospitality management. And you gotta remember back then it was like, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, work your face off, meet a nice, girl, settle down in your late, very late 20s or early 30s and start a family. And that was the traditional model. I did everything backwards, everything. When you think about it, dropped out of school at 13 years old, failed grade 1, so I really should have been a year younger. Worked a little bit, did a couple of things that I wasn't so proud of when I was younger. Don't need to talk about that. But anyhow, then straightened out my act around 18, 19 and went to work for my mom at the restaurant business. And then had Mia when I was 23. So pregnant at 22. Then had Tyla only a year and a half later. So I had kids, never got married. I wasn't married to their mom, but we were together for 10 years, just shy of 10 years. And then, I had kids, wasn't married, dropped out of school, and then just chased my dreams and just hustled and met, my wife Tasha, then got married, still didn't own a house, drove supercars and built my business up. It had these cars. And people were like, you have these cars, why don't you own a house? Why don't you do the real estate? Like, it feels like everyone's always told me I've done everything wrong. The truth is there's no wrong way to do it.
You do what's right
as
for
long
you.
As you're doing and you're happy.
And funny story about that, like, it's the same for me not having an education. In my 20s, I was super hard on myself for not having a degree. I thought if I got a degree, then everything would be easy after that.
No.
Seriously, I went to night school when I was like 25 and I started working and making really good money, but I thought if I get a degree, somehow it opened doors. And then in the past few years, the whole term entrepreneur became trendy, obviously, and it's way more accepted. Way more accepted than it was a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, now people use the word entrepreneur
But they use it in a way that's not
entrepreneuring anything.
No, they're just saying it's because it's cool to sound like you're
Sounds
for
cool
yourself, but it's actually a long, hard road.
Fun fact, I did 4 MLM businesses. 2 very successfully.
Explain what MLM is.
Multi-level marketing, or otherwise known as network marketing. A lot of people will call it a pyramid scheme if you don't know what it is. And there definitely are, or have been, a lot of them that were not legitimate. But essentially it's like a home-based business version of franchising. It's like what people do at McDonald's. You have a product and you teach people how to sell that without a traditional storefront. Yeah. And you can build a big business model off of a consumable product that people use every day, and you build 2 versions of what's called a downline, and you get paid compensation based on the type of compensation plan they have. That's very complex sometimes, but the simple version is you can introduce people to the product, and you can also introduce people to a business like a franchise, and you get paid on the people who use the product below you and the people who go out and build teams. Anyhow, I did 4 of them. I did Amway when I was 16. I was too young, but I had a little taste of what it was like. And then I was quite successful for the year and a bit that I was in a company called Excel Telecommunications, which was very cool, but got bought out by another company that had tons of debt and sunk both companies. Then I moved to a company called Shackley that did health and wellness. Did okay on that for a little bit, but I need to make more money because I had a family, kids young. And then I did do a little bit of Herbalife, which, funny enough, to this day is a big, successful, legitimate MLM business. And one of my friends down in LA who's been on the vlogs, Black Prez, Brian, who has the R32 and he had the black Murcielago and now he's got the F12 and an NSX, is super successful with Herbalife.
Kills it.
Yeah, kills it, helps people. And he can't just be successful because he recruited a bunch of people who do nothing. He's helped a lot of people get their own success in their life. So he's helped other people get what they want, and in return, he's gotten what he wants.
And I think if you're watching this and you have a bad taste on MLM, it's probably because you have a friend on Facebook they haven't talked to in 20 years who's like ready to the sell before qualifying you.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the from Wolf of Wall Street, sell me this pen. I've watched a lot on this.
Yeah.
And Jordan Belfort's like, the first question is not to try to sell a pen, it's ask them, do you use a pen?
Yeah.
What kind of pen do you use? Do you like pens?
Qualify.
So if someone's like, hey Dave, you really like this product. I'm like, well, what? Like, there's just such a hard sell right away, it turns people off.
Yeah.
It's either wrong people doing it and it kind of ruins it, but it's a good thing. It's just like any other business. It's a different model.
Yeah, what's funny is Brian's never asked me ever once, or anybody around me, to look at or do Herbalife.
Yeah.
What he does is he's super successful, and I've asked him, hey, what do you do? And then he told me, and there was no pressure. He was just like, oh, I do this. Do you know what it is? And I was like, yeah, I am aware about it. And he was like, cool.
Yeah.
He basically does the work, leads by example, makes people curious, and then if someone's curious and asks a question, he answers that question, and then he qualifies like he did. Do you know anything about Herbalife? I was like, yeah, I do. And he left it at that. He's smart. He's a good guy. And he has good intent.
Yeah.
The problem is when people have the wrong intent, it's all about me. I want to make lots of money for me. And then they just sign people
Well,
up.
they say something like, hey, do you want to make $25,000 a day your first month?
Oh yeah, bad promises.
And that doesn't work.
No.
People don't like that, to be honest.
No. Anyhow, I had a downline in 1 year of 780 people.
Wow.
And guess how many people I personally sat down and explained the business model to?
How many?
600. Just over 600
In 1 year.
in 1 year.
That's two and a half a day.
I hustled the shit out of that.
Explain what hustle actually means.
It would be, in an ideal, I mean, you could probably look up a proper definition of this, but in
the
my
real
mind,
world. The real world.
the real world, the idea of hustle is to put in work no matter what it takes to see it through. So that would mean if I want to go to the gym in the morning, I want to sit around and watch some Netflix, I want to, just go for a drive, right, in one of the cars, but I really want to do something. In order to do that thing, I need to sacrifice going for the drive or going to the gym, and sometimes even eating or even sleeping. You put in the work no matter what it takes to get the job done. That's hustle.
Yeah.
That's hustle.
Hustle
Whatever
is
it
when
takes.
It's convenient. It's not a hashtag.
Yeah.
It's Friday afternoon. All your friends going out drinking that night. You stay home to learn how to do a Facebook ad.
Yep.
That's what hustle is. Sacrifice.
Yep. And what's funny is, it's not something you can do once or quick. It's long term.
It's years.
Yeah, like it would actually.
How old was DD? When did DD start? What year was it?
It's 9 years.
At 9 years. So this is all in the past 2 years. Most of the cars. The first 7
But that's
years
the
you're building it.
That's also like investing.
Yeah.
It's the compounding interest. So once you get things going, it's like the, lack of a better word, snowball effect.
Yeah.
You push the snowball on the hill. At first, you have to scrunch it all together, and then as you push it, it starts to pick up other snow along the way. That's business. That's life in a lot of ways. If you're paying attention while you're going as to what's working and what's not working, you leave the stuff that doesn't work. You do more of what works. You get that compounding effect, and that's this result.
I think people that I've met that are most successful entrepreneurs love the process. They're not really concerned with the end result or the money or whatever they get. It's the process of building and seeing it through. It's a lifestyle. Like, it's not like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, Damon, punch out for the day.
Yeah.
It doesn't end.
I love the game of learning to overcome things and putting myself in a position where I'm uncomfortable, because that's when I feel like I have the most growth. And it takes a while to learn how to do that. In the beginning, it's really scary, but you do it once and you're like, oh, I feel really accomplished.
Yeah.
In the beginning, before you did it, before you took that step or did that thing or took that action, it was really like gut wrenching, and it can stop you. It has stopped me. And then when you actually see it through, you're kind of like, wow, that feels really good.
So
and then you do it again.
What's the side effect of the word hustle? What do you notice in your life that's hard sometimes with the whole hustle mindset?
Well, you end up not hanging out with people.
How do you turn it off?
How do you turn what off?
The hustle. How do you go, okay, I'm good now, I'm gonna take a break. It's like it's almost like when you're not doing something, it's
Gratitude.
What do you mean by that?
I think if you're working really hard towards a goal, you set a goal and you hit that goal and you don't stop and be grateful for achieving that goal, like really stop and take it all in and just try to go to the next thing, you're doing it the wrong way because now you're just always chasing the outcome and the goal.
Yeah, true.
So it's sometimes nice, like I did the other morning where I sat here and just came out here quietly with my coffee and I just sat here, no cameras, no phone, not at first. I did put it on stories after because I thought this would be cool to share, but I just sat here and just stared at the car, stared at the garage, and was like this is all from like an idea.
Yeah.
Which is fun and scary at the same time if you really stop and think about it.
An idea that not many people believe would work.
Oh, no one did.
If you've been a YouTuber, how old were you? 30, in your mid-30s? I'm gonna be a YouTuber on a small town on an island in Canada.
That's why I joke about it. Even with my wife. Like even my wife was like,
you gonna do what?
she didn't have the vision. She gets it now, but she still doesn't understand how really what it took to get here. She saw the stuff on the surface when I was here, the stuff in the videos, but like she doesn't understand the hustle of leaving here with you at 3:30 in the morning to get a jet, to then land in Orange County or LA, then to go find the cars, and then to have to carry a camera and talk and tell a story and make it interesting and like
Make 2 videos.
and make 2 videos because we didn't film here back then, so that when I did come home for the week that I was home with the family, we had the videos to upload every day. We did it every day.
That's fucking brutal.
It was fucking brutal.
So let me ask one more question before we end this.
All right.
Can you take a day off, like a full day off, without thinking about DD, without touching anything of the business, a full day?
Without touching anything?
Without being anything to do with the company?
No.
Yeah, it's in you. It's there.
I might not film, and I might not. No. I would go and look at like how the channel's doing or Instagram.
Or even just, you're sitting there in your mind, you're thinking about what's next, what's the next project.
Oh, that
It's
never
there.
stops.
Yeah, so you can't turn it off.
No.
That's what it takes.
But I do have the balance of like when my daughter needs something, the moments I can turn it off is the moments when like Presley needs me to be present as a dad, or when Tasha needs me to be present as a husband and listen to her. And sometimes I have a hard time doing it sometimes, but when they do fully get my attention, like I'm all in. But then at some point later down the road, if I'm just sitting around and I'm actually doing nothing, my brain goes right back to like,
I think that's where you and I really align, is like, the kids have always been, family, kids have always been
number one.
Number one.
I work for my family.
Yeah.
As much as I love these cars, I have that work satisfaction of using these cars. And then when I'm home, I was just like, you know, or when I didn't have any of this, I was really distracted sometimes in my early 20s from family because
You're chasing
I was
it.
chasing to try to get this.
Yeah.
And now that I have it, it's like, how often have you and I gone out and just filmed going for a drive? Never.
Just filmed?
Yeah, no, not filmed. I meant like not filmed and just went for a drive.
Not often.
No.
Well, for a lot of reasons. There's a guilt factor in the fact that this is a business and time equals money. So if we're not with our families, we're just hanging out, we might as well be making a video. Because that's what we do for a living.
I enjoy the journey and the process of building DDE,
Yeah.
and in that, I'm also fulfilled with the car side of it. Get to drive and have fun, hang out with my friends, and
But people the past few years were always like, you guys are always in LA. We're actually home a lot when you think about it. We're home half the year.
well, it's because we didn't film at home.
Yeah, but we're
so no
home.
one saw that.
So we come make coffees, have a whole week with your family. And if you had a 9-to-5 job working 12-hour days, you're basically home on the weekends, essentially. Your kids are in bed. So we actually have a really good gig and a really good work-life balance. Even though it's crazy, it just doesn't leave room for like a lot of friendships. We're friends people in the industry who work on the camera, but I don't really have friends anymore, unfortunately. I can just go hang out with like kids, work. You know, Chris will pop by once in a while, but that's it, dude.
Yeah, I'm the same. You also get older and you stop needing that approval and that what's it called? Like you have real friends. Like people that if you don't talk to for a year and you bump into them and you can catch up right where you left off.
Yeah.
There's no expectations.
Yeah.
They don't want anything from you. They like you for who you are. Yeah. I honestly have probably, I I probably have less than 10 friends, for sure.
List them. Just joking. If you're not on the list, you're not on the list.
This is where we'll end it. I'll end it right now. I'll list it. So my first friend is